Welcome to another TerranScapes video. This is a check-in on a work in progress on a series of new terrain elements to be utilized in an upcoming board set. The board set is a desert or Martian themed board set, and so I wanted to use a new type of terrain sort of layout that captures that essence of desert. These pieces here I've modeled on a naturally occurring landform called a butte. And a butte features a couple key aspects. One is that it has a flat top, which makes it ideal for placing troops on top of this. Two, it features steep vertical sides, which makes it ideal for canyon layouts, and I'll discuss this layout in a second. And three, it has a eroded base which tapers to the board, which gives a nice blended appearance into the basic flat board that you play on. These are modeled after naturally forming buttes which occur in various places of the world, which you can see in this photo. And what I wanted to do is create a series of a few pieces. Let me pan back here a little bit. So there's a couple different shapes. I made molds for these, masters, and so I've been casting these, and this allows me to do a layout. One of the things the customer wanted was a pair of boards, I should say, not a series, that features a canyon-like layout. The canyon layout was intended to have tops that troops could land on between 2 to 4 inches wide. The base of the tape measure is 2.5 inches, to give you an idea of how big these are. They're about 2 inches across on most of these, maybe almost 3 on this one. And also wanted passageways in the interior that were about 4 inches wide, although that was not mandatory for all the passages. So this tape measure extended out 1.5 inches is 4 inches long. So you can see there are several passages that are at least 4 inches wide, but some that are in the 3-inch range, a couple more narrow ones, but nevertheless this can be arranged to produce several 4-inch wide passageways with a couple narrowing choke points. I also thought it'd be nice to have the height of the buttes sort of rise up towards the middle and shorten as it leads away, perhaps thinking that there may have been more solid rock here which has been eroding over time, and it visually ties it to the flat boards which are going to extend off to the sides of the canyon board set. These buttes then can actually be used elsewhere as individual pieces for mineral spires to have random obstacles cast around on the 4x6 table. These will be, for this set, these will be attached to the board permanently per customer request, but future releases of the Martian Desert board set, I think I'm going to try to keep these as separate pieces to provide some flexibility and sell them as a set to accompany the boards. So, the first question really for the customer that this has really been primarily developed for is, how do you feel about the overall layout of the buttes as their shape, their playability, the impact that they have on movement on the sort of canyon board set. I tried to do these in some stark lighting right now so you can see some of the features of the surface of them, so you can see how they've been sort of cast and cut to represent eroded sides that have been sort of shaving off. This is a slightly new style for me, which I thought actually was fairly evocative of the butte topography. So then I wanted to create boards for the rivers that would match these, at least in feel. I'm trying to get this essence that all of the land in this area is composed of the same mineral, so I want to see similar erosion patterns over any cuts into the surfaces. So on the so you can see here, this is a river board. Because the rivers on my previous set are just a little bit narrow, I think in retrospect I would have widened them when I first created it. I wanted to go for a 4-foot wide river, 4 inches, which scales to roughly a 25-foot river in real life, which seems to be a little bit more realistic rather than say something in the 12-foot range per scale. So what I've done though is I have cut the sides to resemble the eroded features of the buttes so that we have something that looks like it's been cleaving off and cascading into the river, being carried away. And then I can cut in some indents that will allow for playable fording areas. So I'm going to put some rubble into this area here, and then this will be the ford for crossing the river on foot. And it gives it a believable playability, and of course you could always consider it as just difficult terrain over the entire river. Of course you always set the rules for yourself and how you use terrain when you play, but I just wanted to give you the sense of how the river shape is going to look, what my proposed width. What I'd like to do is I'd like to bring in some sandbars off the sides before I pour the resin and fill it in, to show some of that heavy sediment that's being carried away under land that's exhibiting really heavy erosion. And then to match that topographic style is the mine entrance. Now the mine entrance is going to get a wooden front. It's going to be boxed off. I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do on the back half of the top corner, but this is really going to be a corner piece. It's played in the corner end of the table and features a combination of weathering appearance that matches the buttes and the river set. So we have a sort of a uniform landform mineral appearance that ties in through the board. So this gives you just a little bit of an idea of where the project's at right now. Actually, it's pretty ready to move forward pretty quickly. My hope is to have this available, both completed as a project for the custom work, as well as have it available for sale in the store within the next, couple weeks. I'm finding that as a sole employee of TerranScapes, it's just me, that sometimes my schedule gets pretty full with orders, and I'm finding it hard to stick to rigid timelines, but my goal is to get this project completed in the near future, so you can keep your eye out for that. The board set will be finished in a dark, sort of dirty red foundation color with lighter reddish tans, bringing it up to highlight, kind of giving it that Martian Martian desert theme. And of course, if you have any questions about getting custom work done, you can always visit TerranScapes.com and see the entire custom work gallery that shows all the work that's been completed to date. There's a contact form there that gives you some instructions on how you can contact me and what information to provide me to get a price quote on custom work. And of course, you can always check in there regularly for the new releases, and I'm starting to put up a little newsletter blurb on one of the pages that's linked to off the main site to give you some updates more regularly on what TerranScapes is up to and how different projects are coming along.